Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's 5A district matchup between the Noble Bears and your Reno Indians. We're down here at Noble Bears Field. And Reno takes to the field for the first time in 4 weeks after missing 2 games with COVID and then having a regularly scheduled off week last week. We're back to the action. After tonight's contest, we're live again 1 week from tonight at Memorial Stadium for the varsity unveiling of the new turf. It's also the homecoming matchup. So we do thank you all very, very much for tuning in with us. And we're just under 4 minutes away from the start of tonight's activities. And it's that time of year again, fall sports are in full swing. If you're interested in being a proud supporter of El Reno Athletics, go to elrenoindians.tv. Upper right screen, you'll see a little blue button that says Advertise. Click that blue button, let you know all the options available. It gives you step-by-step instructions if you want to be a proud supporter of El Reno Athletics. If tech's not really your thing or you need a little bit more help than the instructions are giving you, send Rodney Hayden an email, rhayden, H-A-Y-D-O-N, at elrenops.org, or Zach Morgan, the Director of Broadcast Operations, zmorgan at elrenops.org. We'll get you everything you need to show your proud support of El Reno Athletics. Last night, the El Reno Volleyballers faced off against the Noble Bears as they played host at the historic Jinx Simmons Fieldhouse. Unfortunately, they were unable to pull off the victory, losing 3 sets to 1 and 4. Dropped the first set, won the second, dropped the next 2. Thursday next week, Thursday night is senior night at the Lady Indian Softball Complex. Come out, support your Lady Indians softball. A week from yesterday, rather. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/.
And we're back to the action. We're just 60 seconds away from kickoff. The captains are meeting at their respective sides of the field at the 50-yard line. Captains tonight for the Noble Bears, number 18, number 7, number 21, and number 55. Captains tonight for the El Reno Indians, 34, Mikey Devereaux, and 14, Cade Mayo, both seniors. As soon as there's an outcome from the coin flip, we'll bring that to you. As the visiting team, El Reno will call the flip, will call the toss. There's the flip. Looks like Noble has won the toss. Noble did win the toss. They've deferred their choice to the second half. Expect El Reno to take the ball to start the contest. meet at midfield to dap it up. Clock's been set to 12 minutes. And for those watching at home, we do welcome you. If you are unable to travel, we do have a good crowd with us tonight. Reno travels well, and that's reflected in the bleachers. The visiting bleachers are about a third full. The band also out in force tonight. The home fans stand to their feet as they prepare for the run out of the Noble Bears. And here come your Indians as they take the field tonight. The El Reno band plays the Indian fight song. As the Indians, with their blue helmets, white shirts, white pants, and white cleats, gather in the end zone. As they huddle in prayer and meditation as we prepare to begin for tonight's activities. Again, those of you who are joining us on the ElRenoIndians.tv, welcome. We thank you for tuning in. Stay with ElRenoIndians.tv, bookmark that, like it, save it to your favorites, find a way to come back to it early and often. ElRenoIndians.tv is home for all of your El Reno Indian athletics. We'll be bringing you softball senior night 1 week from yesterday. And we'll be bringing you football a week from tonight for the homecoming contest. Officially, El Reno's record is 0-3. They dropped the first game to Cash, and under the new amended OSSAA policy on COVID, if a team has to cancel one or more contests due to COVID, it'll go in the book as a loss. Last year, it was considered a no contest. It was neutral as to their record. El Reno set to receive. Back deep to receive for the Indians. Number 1, Davon Smith, and number, not sure if that's 24, Dawson Holland, or 34, Mikey Devereaux. It's a high, short pooch kick, fair caught by El Reno. He's going to be hit. That should draw a flag, and it does. Cade Mayo, 14, the fair catch man for El Reno. 2 flags hit the deck. Expect an additional 15. They've spotted him at the 35, but that fair catch interference should put him at either the 45 or the 50, depending on if it's a 15-yard variety or a 10-yard variety. And it is a fair catch violation against Noble. That is a 15-yard penalty. The fair catch occurred at the 35. It'll be first down and 10 for the Indian offense from the 50-yard line. Now Reno sends 2 to the far side. Brings a man in motion to the near side. Davon Smith, the motion man. Now there's 1 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Single runner back standing to the quarterback's right. Quarterback takes a snap, quick pass to the left flat to Mikey Devereaux. Devereaux makes the catch, and he's going to advance at 12 yards. That Devereaux catch and run good for a gain of 12 and an El Reno first down. El Reno brings 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Single man standing to the quarterback's left this time. Quarterback takes the snap, and it is a handoff to the running back. Steps out of one tackle, steps out of two tackles. Now he's running free, and he's finally tackled after a big gain inside the 15-yard line. That run by senior Xavier Devereaux, the other half of the Devereaux duo. And that Xavier Devereaux good for another El Reno first down. El Reno looks to continue their momentum. To the line quickly. Look to the sideline for the play. Number 17, Kobe Knoll, the near side outside receiver. Number 1, Davon Smith, the near side inside receiver. El Reno still looking to the sideline for the play. Forget the call they want. 14 on the play clock. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side, single back backfield. Quarterback takes the snap, fakes the handoff. It's a play action, calls his own number, and he slides, gives himself up, and he's tackled. That'll go down for a loss of 1 on the quarterback keeper. Starting quarterback tonight, the junior, number 4, Evan Roman knows. Check that. Number 12, Cooper Park, the sophomore, the starting quarterback this evening. With 10.5 to play in the first, El Reno with their first offensive possession and the first possession of the game, looking to continue their momentum. Kobe Knoll to the near side. Double tight end set to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Cade Mayo, the lone back. El Reno puts a man in motion. Speed flip to the motion man. Motion man turns the corner. He's finally brought down. Number 1, Davon Smith, the motion man. He's going to be tackled after a gain of, call it 3. 3rd down and 8 from about the 16-yard line. El Reno has 2 to the far side. Kobe Knoll to the near side. Single back backfield. Cooper looks, throws the pass to the back shoulder fade to the end zone. They're saying he's out of bounds and incomplete by virtue of out of bounds. He did make the catch in that pass to Kobe Knoll, but he's out of bounds and incomplete. 4th down and 8 to come from the 16-yard line for El Reno. El Reno flag runners thought it was a touchdown. Actually, it's spotted at the 15. So it's 4th down and 8 from right at the 15. That makes the line to gain the 7. El Reno can convert a first down without scoring a touchdown. 4th down and 8. El Reno with 2 receivers to the far side. Kobe Knoll, the lone receiver to the near side. Play action. Pass across the middle is intercepted, and that's going to go for a long return. He's got 1 man to beat the quarterback. He's getting chased down from behind. The quarterback misses the play, and he's finally brought down. The quarterback, number 12, Cooper Park, with the touchdown-saving tackle after the roughly 55-yard, call it a 55-yard interception return to the El Reno 40. El Reno drops early in the turnover battle on the Cooper Park interception. Cooper Park looking for the receiver crossing over the middle. It was intercepted. It's El Reno's first turnover and the first turnover of the game. The El Reno defense with the tall task looking to defend the short field. It's a speed flip. It's a reverse. It's a double reverse to the quarterback. And he's finally tackled out of bounds by Davon Smith, the 5'8 junior. And that's going to go down. That'll go for a big run. Noble felt the need early to open a bag of trickeration. I would say it's the only success, but it's the only play they've run. And that pass, he misses the first tackle, finally drug out of bounds by 32 Mikey Devereaux. And that's going to take it inside the El Reno 10. They're going to mark him down right at the El Reno 10. Looks like they're going to have him about a step outside the 10, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 from about the 10-yard line and an inch. They're actually going to call him right at the 10, so it'll be 1st down and goal from the 10. Hard run up the middle for a gain of 9. Second down and goal. Call it a gain of 8, rather. Second down and goal from the 2. Reno sprints a defender off. He does clear. Quarterback claps his hands. He's going to call his own number to the wide side. Throws across his body to the back of the end zone, but incomplete. Third down and goal from the 2 rather. Not sure what the quarterback saw there. If he calls his own number and keeps turning the corner, he goes in and scores. Made the election. He's a left-handed quarterback, so he was rolling to his right, threw across his body to a receiver, and threw it high and out of bounds, incomplete. Third down and goal from the 3. Actually going to mark him. Yeah, they've already marked it to 2. Third down and goal from the 2, and a timeout on the field. Looks like it's an official's timeout. They're calling for the play clock to reset to 25, and it does. Third down and goal from the 2 for the Bears. Handoff to the motion man. Turns left. He's going to walk into the end zone untouched. Finally met by an El Reno defender about 2.5 steps deep in the end zone. Noble strikes first. Takes a 6-0 lead. Noble on to attempt the PAT. Noble wearing black jerseys or dark blue jerseys worn with dark blue numbers. It's hard to delineate the number on the back of the jersey. And Noble on to attempt the 1-point after try. Snap back, ball down. Snap was low, handled, and the kick is good. And after the conversion, Noble takes a 7-0 early lead against your El Reno Indians. With 8:26 to play in the first, Noble strikes first. El Reno trails 7-0. You're watching El Reno Indian football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
And we're back to the action. As El Reno is set to receive the post-touchdown kickoff. Back deep to receive for the Indians. 34, Mikey Devereaux. Looks like number 1, Davon Smith. Another high kick, pooch kick. El Reno fumbles that one, picked up on the bounce by Cade Mayo. El Reno had signaled initially for the fair catch, and although Cade Mayo was not the fair catch man, he ended up being the recovering Indian. The El Reno offensive unit takes the field for their second attempt tonight. 2 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side, single backfield. Quarterback Cooper takes the snap, hands off to Cade Mayo. He's hit immediately by the Noble Bears defenders. That'll go down as a no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. They're actually going to chalk that up as a 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11. The ball at the El Reno 32. Had a couple of quick strike plays early in that offensive drive. Stalled out near the goal line and ended with an El Reno turnover. Kobe Knoll, the sole receiver to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. RPO, that pass to Mikey Devereaux in the far side flat. He's going to be tackled quickly and immediately. That'll go down as another loss. El Reno facing 3rd and significant distance on this relatively pleasant Friday evening. Flag standing still on the flag poles. But they're actually going to give him no gain on that rather than a loss. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Indians. Now Reno looks to the sideline. 23 on the play clock. Kobe Knoll, the sole near side receiver. Double back, split either side of the quarterback, single receiver to the far side. It's a play action. Cooper rolls to his right, throws to his right, and that pass intended for and caught by Malachi Nicholson, but dropped for another no-gain play. 4th and too far to go for it for El Reno. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of 1. El Reno facing a 4th down and 10. El Reno facing a 4th down and 10 with the ball on the 28-yard line. And back to punt for El Reno. I believe it's Cooper Park, but I'll bring that to you after I verify it. The El Reno punt team comes on. Mikey Devereaux giving instructions to his teammate to get him in position. Play clock drawing down 2-1. There's the snap. It's a long, low bouncer. Takes an El Reno bounce, fielded at the 30. Noble runs backwards to the 25, then finally turns upfield. He hits the sideline, and he's finally forced out of bounds by number 35, Nate Carty. Relatively respectable punt by the punter, but a big return by the Bear return unit. Brings it into the El Reno side of the 50. They're going to mark him down at the El Reno 48, 1st down and 10, Noble. Noble single backfield. Single tight end and a slot receiver to the far side. And it's a handoff to the near side motion man. He's caught and tackled immediately behind the line of scrimmage by number 5, Xavier Devereaux. Xavier Devereaux's second big play of the game. Had a big play on offense earlier on a design delayed run. He was in hot pursuit early, read that like a book, able to make the open field tackle for a loss. That'll go down as a loss of 5, 2nd down and 15. Scoreboard shows as a loss of 4. I'll give him a loss of 4, 2nd down and 14 for Noble. Quarterback drops, throws off his back foot. It's going to be incomplete. Noble possibly had an ineligible man downfield. They had a lot of guys way downfield on that pass. No flag on the play, though. It's a play on. 3rd and 14 upcoming for the Bears. Don't have a spotter with me tonight, so I'll give you numbers as I see them. If I get them wrong and I know it, I'll apologize to you in advance. Tall lefty quarterback rolls to his left, throws across his body to his left, and incomplete. Number 1, Davon Smith, the cover man, got crossed up, lost his footing, but the receiver was running straight down the field, and the pass was towards the middle of the field. Receiver was running right down the high school, right down the hash on the near side, and the pass was down the middle of the field, incomplete. 4th down, the El Reno defense gets their first stop of the game. Discipline will be key tonight on both sides of the football, certainly in the special teams game as well. And back deep to receive the punt for El Reno, number 1, Davon Smith. Snap. Punter takes one step to his right, puts a boot on it. It bounces at the 22, takes it to 23 rather, takes an El Reno bounce to the 25, rolls back to the 24. It'll be 1st down and 10 El Reno at the 25. They're going to say the ball was down to the 25. 1st down and 10 El Reno from their own 25. Inside 5 to play with 4 minutes 58 seconds left in the first quarter. El Reno trails 7-0 as the offense takes the field for its 3rd possession of the evening. Kobe Knoll, the outside receiver to the near side. 33, Cameron Snyder, the inside receiver to the near side. And it's a handoff to the running back. Makes one cut, makes two cuts, gets in the open field, nearly breaks a third tackle. And that's going to go down for another big El Reno gain. We're going to finally mark him down at the 47-yard line, first down and 10 for El Reno. If my math is correct, that'll go down for a 22-yard run, first down and 10 for the Indians. El Reno brings trips to the near side. Kobe Knoll, 23 Deacon Martin, and number 1 Davon Smith to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Single running back, and it is a pass to the far side, and it's going to be incomplete. Second down and 10. Second down and 10 upcoming. El Reno, in their traditional RPO run-pass option look, have a series of default formations. The calls come in from the sideline to give information of the various position groups. 2 receivers to the near side. Colby Knoll, Deacon Smith to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Single running back. And it is a handoff to single running back. This time it is Cade Mayo. That's going to go for a touchdown, but it's coming back on a hold. That'll go down initially as a touchdown. But the linemen are hanging around the line of scrimmage, and that's going to go down as a hold against El Reno. And it is a holding call against El Reno. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the 50. Holding against El Reno. It's going to bring up second down and long. Not sure if the hold sprung Mayo on that big run, but it is very possible that it did. Looks like they're going to back him up to the 40-yard line, so it'll be 10 yards from that flag. That flag was at midfield. It'll be second down and about 18 from the 50. Call it second down and 17 from the 40, rather. Four minutes, 24 to play. Play clock at 25. Takes the snap, handoff to Mayo. Mayo up the middle, fighting for yardage. He's going to be stacked up after a gain of about 4. Called a gain of 3, rather. Be third down and 14 for El Reno. And El Reno facing a long third down. The Cade Mayo rushing touchdown called back on an offensive hold. Play clock at 17. Game clock at 3:45 and counting in the first quarter. El Reno trails 7-0. Play clock at 6. At 5. Look for El Reno to call a timeout here, and they do. El Reno calls their first timeout of that half. With 3 minutes, 29 seconds to play in the first quarter, El Reno trails 7-0 on their first return to action in 4 weeks in this 5A district contest between the El Reno Indians and the Noble Bears. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back. We're back to the action. El Reno facing a long third down here. El Reno, 1 receiver to the near side. Cooper Park running for his life, back pedals. Pass incomplete, will be fourth down. The El Reno punt unit to play. How big was that holding penalty now? Cade Mayo took the handoff. hit the hole running downhill, got away from the defenders, sprinted all the way to the end zone. We had a call back on a holding penalty, and what went from a touchdown became a 2nd down and 17, and El Reno just unable to recover from the long yardage situation, and the punt team on to punt on this 4th down and long. Punter takes the snap, 2 steps, puts his right foot on it, takes 1 bounce, fielded low after the first bounce by Noble. He's met by a host of Indians and tackled. There is a flag on the play near midfield. Flag's down at the Noble 49. Expect that to be a hold on Noble based on where the flag is. And here's the call. A personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, called against Noble. That's going to be a 15-yard mark-off rather than the 10-yard holding variety. That's going to be a 15-yard mark-off from the 49, so that should put the ball at the 34. Should be 1st down and 10 from the 34. That's exactly where it is. It'll be 1st down and 10. Actually, they backed them all the way up to the 33. Looks like the foul actually occurred at the 48. So it'll be 1st down and 10. They actually backed him inside of that to the 27. Ball's on the ground with the officials whistling down, and I believe he was down. He was rolling out after the tackle. That'll go as a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Noble Bears as the Indian defense looks to continue their streak of stops. Shows pass incomplete. Several El Reno defenders tried to pick that one up, but it was a forward pass. The intended receiver was about 2 yards in front of the quarterback. So that'll go down as an incompletion. 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Bears as the El Reno defense looks to answer the 3rd down call. Noble has 2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side, single backfield. El Reno shows pressure. Pull the pressure off. It's going to be caught. He's going to be hit and tackled immediately. Caden Mayo credit the tackle. But it was after the 1st down marker, 1st down and 10 Noble. On 3rd and 6, they picked up about 14. That's going to be 1st down and 10 Noble from their own 46-yard line. And that's going to be a false start violation on Noble. The far side receivers just got in too big of a hurry to wherever it was they were headed. And they got a head start. 2 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the first quarter. El Reno trails 7-0. After that 5-yard mark off on the Noble false start, it'll be 1st down and 15. Clock continues to run, approaching 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is a handoff to the running back. He's hit early from behind, but he's still going to go for 5. Looks like a couple of Indian defenders in on that play. And El Reno's going to be penalized for too many men on the field. So Cody Knowles shucks off the block on the screen on the near side, but it's going to be off or not. El Reno's going to be signaled for too many men on the field. El Reno got caught trying to substitute. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Or a long 4, depending on where the spot is on the far side. I think it's going to be 2nd down and a very long 4. After the 5-yard mark-off. Officials continue to huddle. We'll bring you the call when we get it. And here's the call. Illegal substitution against the defense. Yeah, it's going to be a 5-yard illegal substitution violation. They had too many men on the field. And it's going to be it should be a 5-yard mark-off from the line of scrimmage, not a 5-yard mark-off from where the play ended. The line of scrimmage was the 46-yard line, so the ball should be at the El Reno 49. Yeah, ball should be at the El Reno 49. They're going to start at the original line of scrimmage. Boy, this umpire is just confused. All right, they're going to mark it about the nose of the football past the 50, where it is second down, and call it 5. Second down and 5 for the Noble Bears. Quarterback takes the snap, throws to his right. On the screen, he's hit initially, and there's a battle between the defender and the Noble Bear. Credit the defender for the win there. The Noble Bear trying to reach the line to gain, unable to do so. That's weight room work right there, folks. A one-on-one, best-on-best matchup. Strong man wins. El Reno had the strongest man in that matchup, and that brings up third down and a very long one for the Noble Bears. Called a third down and 2. And that's going to be a 5-yard false start violation against the Noble Bears. It'll be third down and 7 after the mark-off. With 1:10 remaining in the first quarter, we've had lots of penalties both directions tonight. A big El Reno holding call. Took a Cade Mayo rushing touchdown off the board. El Reno looks to get a stop on third down and a long 6. Double play action. Quarterback rolls to the near side, throws across his body, and incomplete. The receiver running wide open with 2 El Reno defenders on his back hip. Hit him in the hands, hit him off the numbers of the jersey, and fell to the ground incomplete. It'll be fourth down. Back deep to return for the Indians, number 1, Davon Smith, the return man. And on fourth down and 6, Noble shows punt. One step, and it is a high punt. It's short. Bounces at the 22, bounces at the 19, at the 15, the 14, and it's going to be downed near the 10. Looks like they're going to down at the 11-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 El Reno with a long field at the 11. And with 43 seconds to play in the first quarter, El Reno offense prepares for their 4th possession of the game. Moved the ball well twice, stalled out once, had scoring opportunities twice. The first time was a Cooper Park interception on a crossing route to the middle linebacker for a long return. That ultimately resulted in a Noble touchdown, the Noble touchdown. And then the last possession, the Cade Mayo long run touchdown, called back on a holding penalty. And El Reno back to the offense. Another handoff, strong run up the middle. Number 3, Malachi Nicholson, the ball carrier that time. Clock continues to run. 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. That's going to go down as a 9-yard run for Malachi Nicholson. Second down and 1. Game clock is at 20. Play clock's at 25. Coach Atchison facing the decision. Do we come to the sideline and end the first quarter? Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. 8 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the play clock. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, El Reno trails 7-0. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We're in Noble tonight for the District 5A district matchup rather between the Noble Bears and the El Reno Indians. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise.
We're back to the action. Big carry by El Reno. Finally dragged down by a Noble Bear defender after he makes the line to gain and then some on another strong carry by the Indians. And that run, good for an El Reno first down and 10 for the Indians. Cooper Park takes the snap. Handoff that time. And he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be second down and 10. We're actually going to mark that as a loss of about 1.5, so it'll be second down and a very long 11 for El Reno. Two receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Single backfield. Snap is low, but fielded by Cooper Park. That pass caught. Steps and spins away, ducks under one tackle. That pass caught by Mikey Devereaux. Finally brought down. And picked up about 6. Call it third down and 5. Be third down and 5. Two receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side, single backfield. Showing blitz. The Cooper Park hard count tipped the Noble Bears' hand. Noble showing blitz. Cooper audibles his line. Takes the snap. And it's a handoff against the blitz, and he's going to go nowhere. He's going to be tackled for a loss of about a half yard, and then fourth down and 5 to come for the Indians. The El Reno offense has shown sparks at times tonight, and at other times has been stale. We'll see what the trend plays out to be throughout the course of this contest. And El Reno to punt. Snap is low, but fielded by the punter. Takes 2 steps, puts a boot on it. It's a long bounce. Cade Mayo runs him to the sideline. And Cade's going to get blocked from behind, and they're going to put a flag on that. That big return by Noble will be for naught. Cade was blocked behind the back right here on the near side, 42-yard line. It's going to be a 10-yard mark off from that spot. Look for Noble to take over somewhere between the 31 and the 32-yard line on the El Reno half of the field. Cade Mayo, number 14 for the El Reno Indians, was running the receiver, the kick return man rather, to the sideline. And as he took the angle, prepared to make the play on the sideline, was blocked from behind in the back. That's going to be a mark off of 10 yards. Should be first down and 10 Noble. And the umpire staying at the 32-yard line, so we expect it to be first down and 10 from the 32 for the Noble Bears. That's exactly what it is. First down and 10 from the 32 for Noble as the El Reno defensive unit looks to answer the bell again. Noble has a single receiver to the near side, 3 to the far side, single backfield, play action to the near side receiver. That pass intended for number 4, defended by Kobe Knoll. Kobe Knoll timed that hit perfectly. Got there at the same time as the ball. Ball popped loose, fell incomplete, second down and 10. quarterback claps his hands, takes the snap. It is a handoff. He finds the seam. He's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. It's going to bring up third down and a very short one. Third down in about 6 inches. A Noble Bear on the far side shaken up, not able to put a lot of weight on his foot, and they are going to bring him to the sideline. No, they're not. The Noble Bear shaken up. Looks like it could be number 7. He's lined up in the far side tight end position, about a half yard off the line. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be good for a first down and 10, so that's going to go for a gain of about 12. First down and 10 for Noble as they cross into Indian territory. Looks like they mark him down at the 49. That'll go down as a gain of 9. First down and 10 for Noble. And officials time out on the field for a shaken up Indian. Mikey Devereaux, the shaken Indian. Actually, I think it was an untied cleat. The Reno Sports Medicine staff didn't come on the field. 34, Mikey Devereaux, the Indian, had to re-lace the boots as we return to play. 8 minutes 22 to play in the second. And Reno shows pressure. They bring pressure. Quarterback scrambling, and he's not going to get away. He's going to be sacked. 35 and 74 for the Indians in there on the play. 35, Nate Carty made first contact, assisting on that play, 74, Alex Perdomo. That'll go down as a loss of 6. Be second down and 16. The Reno defensive mastermind dialed up the heat when they needed it. They were able to capitalize on it, get the sack. Second down and 16 upcoming for the Bears of Noble. Noble with an empty backfield, 2 to the near side, 3 to the far side. 2-step drop out of the shotgun. That pass is going to be incomplete. Third down and 16 upcoming for Noble. No whistles on the play. Not sure who jumped. Somebody had to have moved. Players were standing up all over the place. Quarterback continues to fight his way forward, and he's going to make the line to gain after what should have resulted in no less than 6 whistles, 1 from every official on the field. Everybody moved but the center. The center had his own snap count going, snapped it on his own count. And I don't know if defense jumped first or offense jumped first, but the officials decided half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. Nobody put a flag on the ground. First down and 10 for Noble. Noble takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to the running back, and that's going to go for no gain. Looks like they may give him about a half yard. It'll be second down and a long 9 for Noble. They're going to mark him down at about the 39 and a half. Nearing 6.5 to play in the second. Reno trails 7-0. Noble driving. Noble takes the snap, throws, pass is juggled but caught, finally hauled down out of bounds on the near side sideline. And now Reno Indians shaking up on that play, down on the near side sideline. Cade Mayo, number 14, the shaken Indian. Back on the field with the helmet in his hand. He's going to head to the sideline. Reno's going to send in a substitute. Alex Burr, head athletic trainer, is going to take a look at Cade Mayo. If it's just a battle wound, she'll release him for play. It's a low snap. It's fumbled and then picked up by the quarterback. Noble asking for a late hit. Whitehat exercised discretion, decided not to put a flag on it. It was a fumble. Quarterback couldn't decide whether to pick it up or fall on it. Just picked it up with his knee on the ground and held on to it. Not sure I don't know if they score that as a sack to the nearest Indian or if they score that as a negative yardage run against the quarterback, but in any event, loss of 4, second down and 14. Now Reno shows heat. They bring heat. Quarterback steps up, throws across his body, and it's intercepted by El Reno. Tries to stay on his feet, and he doesn't. El Reno gets the ball nonetheless. Credit number 23 on the interception. It's going to be Deacon Martin, the 5'10 junior, on the interception inside the 5. He had the block set up if he could turn the corner after the interception, lost his footing, fought with everything he had to try to stay in an upright position, unable to get it done. An interception nonetheless. El Reno's tied to turnover battle at 1 apiece with an interception of their own. 5.5 exactly to play in the second. El Reno trails by 7, and they're looking at a first down. And they've marked him at about the 3-yard line. Call it the 2. First down and 10 from the 2. El Reno offense looking to get something going. 5.5 minutes. Long drive. Eat up the clock. El Reno hoping to get a tie before halftime. They have the scheme to do it and the offensive personnel to do it. El Reno in a bunch formation. 2 receivers to the far side, empty to the near side. Quarterback takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. He fights his way forward. El Reno substitutes a couple of offensive players on. Clock runs. We're nearing 5:10 to play in the second quarter. El Reno trailing 7-0, but driving. Play clock at 25, and the game clock at 5 minutes. That was a run of 2. Second down and 8 from the 4 for El Reno. Look for another run here. Keep it on the ground. Try to get out of the shadow of your own goal line to open up your third down playbook a little bit. And it is a handoff. He's going to fight his way forward. I don't have a spotter tonight, so I can't give you the number there. Too far away from me to see from where I'm positioned. I'm at about the 44-yard line on the El Reno side of the 50. So they're running away from me and about as far away from me as they can get on that play. Looks like a third down and 4 upcoming from the 8. Third down and 4 from the 8. El Reno looking to convert. They need to get to the 12. 15 on the play clock. 4 minutes and 10 on the game clock. 9 on the play clock. Quarterback takes a snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He's hit. He throws long, and that's going to be intercepted. And it's not 2 Noble Bears had the opportunity. Both Noble Bears got hands on it. Apparently they brought the slick gloves, not the sticky ones for that defensive stand. When in between both of their hands, fell incomplete. 4th down and 4 from the 8. El Reno will punt. Clock stopped on the incompletion with 3 minutes 56 to play. Noble dialed up pressure. Cooper Park threw off his back foot. High arcing pass. Wasn't terribly close to any Indian receiver, although the Indian receiving corps was scrambling to make adjustments to get there. Noble had no less than 2 attempts at an interception, able to convert either one. It's going to go down as a pretty good punt if you're El Reno right there. And it's going to be picked up at the 40 by number 31. I believe that's a Chaver, but I'll bring that to you. It is. Braden Chavers down to the punt on the 40. First hop was in El Reno's favor. Actually, they're going to say that it was first touched at the 38-yard line. First down and 10 Noble with a short field from the 38. 3 minutes 46 to play in the half. El Reno defense back on the field to answer the bell again. Indian defense getting coached up. Bear offense on the field. They're going to be standing over the ball when the umpire and the referee give the ready for play. 3:46 to play in the first half. El Reno trails 7-0, having had 5 offensive possessions. El Reno gave up an interception on the first drive. They were moving the ball well. Cooper Park threw an interception on a crossing route to the middle linebacker. That big return set up a Noble Bear touchdown. Since then, they've pitched a shutout. El Reno tied the turnover battle in the last offensive possession. 23, Deacon Martin, the intercepting Indian, but the offense unable to do much with it. That pass to an open Bear receiver on the near side sideline, but incomplete. Looks like that pass was intended for number 3. It was intended for number 3. 3 unable to corral it. An incomplete. Second down and 10, 3:43 to play before halftime. Fake the speed flip, hand off to the running back who goes nowhere. He's tackled immediately. Number 5, number 62 for the Indians. And then on the play, number 5, Xavier Devereaux. 62, Marlon Whitlow, the senior. May have been one more Indian in there on the play. I didn't see it. 3 minutes and 20 seconds before halftime. 3rd down and 12 upcoming for the Bears. Indian defense looking to get off the field here on this long 3rd down. 3-step drop, he's hit, and the pass is caught. And that quarterback got hit right under the chin. I don't know how tall the Noble quarterback is, but he's tall enough that I notice it. I'm quite tall myself. 1st down and 10 Noble from the El Reno 28. Call it the 27. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the first half with the clock running. El Reno shows heat, brings heat. Bubble screen to the near side. And 17, Kobe Null able to get just enough of the screen receiver to trip him up. Kobe Null doesn't get the shoestrings. That goes for a touchdown. 2nd down and 6. Actually make it 2nd down and 5. Quarterback on the RPO gives the handoff. That running back had nowhere to go. Didn't look like the quarterback ever looked to pass there. That looks like it was a designed option run. Either give it to the running back or call your own number. Quarterback never looked to pass there. He was reading the defensive end for El Reno to make that decision. By the time the decision was made, the interior offensive line had collapsed. And El Reno made the play after giving up only a yard. 3rd down and 4 upcoming. They put a man in motion. It's a bad snap. It's a foot race to get there. It's still on the ground. There was a shuffle. Number 3 for El Reno, Malachi Nicholson, in a foot race with the quarterback. They got there at the same time it popped loose. And then Noble scooped it up. A Noble running back scooped it up and was ankle tackled by Malachi Nicholson. And that's going to bring up 4th down in a very long way for the Noble Bears. I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of 4th and 30. Let's see what the scoreboard operator decides it is. I'll bring those numbers to you when I get them. It's long enough they're not updating the scoreboard. Call it 4th down and 31. Hey, that was pretty close. 4th down and 31 for Noble. Noble the punt. They're going to let that play clock get as close to 0 as they can because the game clock is running. 3 on the play clock. 2 on the play clock. 1. Looks like they're actually going to take the delay of game penalty. And they are going to take the delay of game penalty. Delay of game called against Noble. That's going to back them up 5 yards. They're not going to be hurt terribly by the yardage. They wanted the time to run off more than they wanted to protect the yardage. 50.7 seconds to play. Now look for them here. They're not going to run the play clock all the way down after the penalty. The game clock stops. So there's no benefit in drawing the play clock all the way down. 4th down and 36. Looks like El Reno had a soft punt block on. It's going to take an El Reno bounce and is finally hopped on by Noble at the 29-yard line. First down and 10 El Reno from the 29 with 41 seconds and change to play in the first half. El Reno trails 7-0. And after the El Reno defense was back on its heels, a bad snap by Noble resulted in a 25-yard loss. Malachi Nicholson for the El Reno Indians in a foot race with the quarterback, and the quarterback had about a 7-yard head start. Nearly got there. They tied in the foot race to see who could get to the ball first. Ball popped loose after the scrum. Scooped up by Noble. And what was very likely a touchdown-saving play, Malachi Nicholson stuck out his left hand, grabbed the Noble Bears by the shoelace, and gets credit for the tackle after preventing the touchdown. 41.3 seconds to play in the first half. Cooper Park takes the errant snap, rolls to his right, throws to his right. It's going to be caught by Mikey Devereaux. Clock continues to run. Inside 30 seconds to play in the first half. El Reno has called one timeout. Clock continues to run. 30 seconds on the play clock. 20 seconds on the game clock. El Reno's got about 2 snaps left if they don't use timeouts. Look for him to throw it downfield here. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Cooper Park takes the snap, rolls to his left, keeps rolling to his left, throws to his left, out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Deacon Martin. Clock stops with just under 8 seconds to play, 7.9 seconds in this basketball-style clock. 3rd down and 3 upcoming for El Reno. Don't be surprised if El Reno goes victory formation here. They may try to get a quick score. A hook and ladder type look, and El Reno is going to call a timeout. El Reno takes their second timeout of the first half. 7.9 to play before halftime. El Reno trails 7-0 after giving up a touchdown to the Noble Bears on the first drive. Defense has pitched a shutout since. Continues to answer the bell even when they're back against the ropes. With their back against the wall, they somehow managed to scrape out a 3rd down stop. In this second of 3 timeouts, we suspect this will be the last one. 1 week from tonight, El Reno opens their home football season as they unveil the new turf at Memorial Stadium. Come join the homecoming festivities. There will be a parade Friday afternoon. The homecoming festivities start on field at 6:20. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Softball senior night, is next Thursday as they take on the OKC Broncos. The Broncos are an OSSAA-sanctioned homeschool team comprised of homeschool players. And Noble takes their second timeout of the first half. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet.
And we're back to the action. The Noble Bear Football Complex doesn't seat a tremendous number of people, but the amenities in the facilities are lovely. 7.9 to play. El Reno facing 3rd down, low snap to Cooper Park, turns to his right, throws to his right. Mikey Devereaux fights for the jump ball. That ball falls incomplete. Clock operator a little slow on the switch. Clock operator very slow on the switch and ran off an entire second without stopping the game clock. Looks like they're going to put more time back on the clock. I don't know how they're going to convey the message on how much time needs to be put back on the clock. The pass fell incomplete with about 1.2. Clock operator stopped it initially at 0.6, flipped it back on, ran it to zeros. Now Reno facing 4th down. Looks like they're going to play one untimed down for reasons that escape my understanding. 4th down and 3 nonetheless. And that's going to end the first half. After the first half of play, El Reno trails 7-0. Moved the ball well on offense at times, struggled at times. After the Cooper Park on the opening drive, had a little bit of offensive momentum after the Cooper Park interception at the on the crossing route inside the 10-yard line. Mobile had a big return, ultimately came down. That turnover resulted in a touchdown. El Reno defensively has pitched a shutout ever since. Even with their backs against the wall, the defensive unit continues to answer the call. Halftime clock set to 20 minutes. We will see you all after the break. You're watching El Reno Indians football on ElRenoIndians.tv.
Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit GoPioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit GoPioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like Video on Demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Good evening, folks. Welcome back as the halftime festivities draw to an end here at Noble Bears Stadium, a few miles south of Highway 9. Just outside Norman city limits. After the first half of play, El Reno trails 7-0 to the Noble Bears. Noble will get the ball to start the second half. Noble won the toss, deferred to the second half. El Reno's kicking unit breaks the huddle and prepare to take the field to begin this second half of play. The defensive unit looks to continue to answer the bell. El Reno's first time teeing it up tonight. Handling the kicking duties for El Reno, number 22. It's going to be Kenneth Solis, 6-foot sophomore, soccer-style kicker. Whitehop gives the ready for play. Solis 3 steps. It's a hard, bouncing kick. It's going to be bobbled and then finally caught at the 15. Return man cuts right into the heart of the Indian return unit. He's going to be dropped at the 30. 32, Mikey Devereaux, and 30, Bradley Chavers in there on the play. I think number 5, Xavier Devereaux, may have been in there on the action as well. El Reno defensive unit back on the field. One receiver to the near side, three receivers to the far side rather for the Noble Bears. Single backfield. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to the running back. Cuts to his right, to his left, to his right again. Hard run down the sideline, finally forced out of bounds by 23, Deacon Martin. It'll be a long run for the Noble Bears as they're back in El Reno territory. Action pass. Quarterback throws to his left. It's caught. And that block's going to spring him possibly for a touchdown. Not quite. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds near the 10. Still fighting his way forward, rather, and he is going to get inside the 10. They're going to mark him down right at the 10-yard line. Be first down. And looks like first down and goal for the Noble Bears from the 10. 2 snaps of football. They've made up all the ground they needed to. It's first down and 10 from the 10. Looks like it's going to be first down and goal. Yeah, the chains are on the sideline and tucked safely away. It's going to be first down and goal for the Bears from the 10-yard line. Two receivers to the far side, empty to the near side, which is the wide side. They do put a man in motion to the near side. Play action pass. Pass to the running back, and he's going to be hit and tackled for a touchdown. Touchdown Noble, and Reno trails 13-7. Check that out, Reno trails 13-0, rather. Had 2 scoring opportunities in the first half that were held for naught. Cooper Park threw a touchdown on the opening, threw an interception rather on the opening drive at the 4-yard line. Looking for the receiver running a drag route over the middle, threw it right into the hands of the middle linebacker instead. That turnover ultimately resulted in a touchdown for Noble. Now that PAT is no good. Well, Reno now trails 2 scores, 13-0 to the Noble Bears. Late in the first hour, early in the second quarter, Cade Mayo broke a big run, but a holding call against the El Reno receiving core on the far side of the field called the Cade Mayo long touchdown run back. Having looked at it and talked to some folks who saw it from a different angle at halftime, that hold called against the El Reno receiving core did help spring that Cade Mayo run. El Reno trails 13-0 with 11 minutes and 4 to play in the third quarter. In a mere 56 seconds, Noble went 70 yards for a quick score. Well, Reno defense has pitched a shutout until now, after giving up the touchdown early. Pitched a shutout in the meantime, giving up a touchdown on the first possession of the second half as well. So look to see if the El Reno offense can get rolling for the first time tonight. Look for the defense to continue to answer the bell. Hopefully they'll be able to get stops going forward if the El Reno offense gets moving. We're hoping they can start chipping away at the difference. Noble's lined up either for an onside or that sky-high pooch punt. And it's an onside attempt, and it's going to attempt to be fair caught by El Reno, who is way out of position. And Noble's going to recover the onside kick. First down and 10 Noble from the El Reno side of the 50. El Reno special teams caught entirely off guard on that play. Noble lined up and held the onside kick shove for a minute. El Reno wholly unable to adjust, whistles early. Flag on the sideline, on the far side sideline. Prior to the snap, false start called against the offense. That's going to be a 5-yard mark off. Be first down and 15. Reno defense already showing fatigue early in the second half. Players with their hands on their hips. Having just given up roughly 70 yards in about 56 seconds. They then immediately gave up the ball again by failing to safely recover the onside kick. Quarterback on the RPO calls his own number. Tall quarterback for Noble. Can't tell how tall he is from here, but he's at least a head and a half taller than the referee, the umpire. 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Clock continues to run in the third. El Reno trailing 13-0. Noble driving again. Quarterback drops back, looks deep to the near side sideline, and that's going to be incomplete and through the hands of the Noble receiver. Noble's had several opportunities for big plays, touchdowns or first downs, but struggled to connect quarterback to receiver in the basic pass and catch aspect of the football game. Second down and 10 upcoming. And the Noble play clock operator is slow on the switch. The 40-second clock should start as soon as the previous play ends. He waited for that clock to run all the way to 0 and then reset it to 40. Game clock is stopped, so it makes no ultimate difference on the time on the scoreboard. Bubble screen to the far side. Cuts it back to the near side, back to the far side. Continues to fight his way out of the El Reno defense. He's going to run for about a gain of 20 or 25. It's going to go for a gain of 25. Be first down and 10 Noble from the El Reno 25. Called a gain of 20. First and 10 from the El Reno 25. And the fact that the El Reno defense was on the field so long in the first half is going to start to show as the play counts start to increase. It's a speed flip to the motion man, and it's defended to perfection. Wish I could give you that number. Looks like credit that tackle possibly to Xavier Devereaux. Second down and 15 after that loss of 5 on the speed flip. Play action pass to the receiver. Jukes one man, steps out of the second tackle. He's going to be tackled after a gain of 17. Be another first down and 10 for Noble from inside the El Reno 15. They're going to mark him down at the 14. First down and 10 from the 14. And El Reno is going to get violated for a neutral zone infraction, I suspect. Officials are going to conference. We're going to penalize the offense to the defense. Offense acting like it's against them. We'll bring you the call when we get it. Dead ball foul prior to the snap. False start called against the Noble Bear offense. That'll be a 5-yard mark off. That's at least the second procedural penalty, false start penalty against Noble on this drive alone. That pass caught. Tackle made by number 1 Davon Smith. Receiver came right at him, lowered his pads, hit him about bell tie, wrapped up, dragged him to the ground. Fundamental open field tackle credited to Davon Smith, the junior. Quarterback takes the snap, rolls to his left, throws to his left, incomplete. Had a receiver running wide open in the back third of the end zone. From the quarterback's right to his left, the left-handed quarterback rolling to his left, through to his left with his left hand, and in and out of the hands of the receiver. That's at least the second drop touchdown pass of this drive alone for the Noble Bears. Third down and 4 upcoming from the 8-yard line. 8.5 to play in the third quarter. El Reno trails 13-0 with the Noble Bears threatening again. Quarterback quarterback calls his own number on the play action. He's going to run untouched on a naked boot to the right side. Noble leads 20-0. Check that 19-0 after the missed extra point on the last possession. In a little less than 4 clock minutes, including a 56. Actually, Noble's going to try for the 2-point conversion, and it's intercepted. And in high school, there is no PAT block or interception run back attempt. If there was, Davon Smith had the angle. That 2-point conversion is no good. El Reno trails 19-0 in the third. In 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Is that right? Yeah. 3 minutes and 35 seconds. El Reno's given up 12 points. They gave up a 56-second drive. 56-second drive to open the second half. Noble then went for the high sky onside. They fielded it themselves. El Reno called for the fair catch, never got under the football, and it bounced once, was scooped up by Noble at about the 45-yard line. It was first down and 10 Noble. Drove down the field, had a couple of procedural penalties, also had a couple of big plays, and the quarterback scored, called his own number. And the play action naked boot to the right side, to the near side as you're watching it on your TVs or your mobile devices. The Reno kick return team back on the field for the 4th time tonight, looking to make some magic happen. And Noble again lined up in the onside kick formation, although the kicker's taking a slightly different angle at the ball this time. El Reno still not showing the onside kick return unit. Lined up in the conventional kick return formation. This time it's a high sky pooch punt. El Reno calls the fair catch. And 17, Kobe Knoll, the catch man. First down and 10 El Reno. Davon Smith, the deep man. A serious return threat for the Indians, so Noble has made the decision that at all costs they're going to kick away from him with these high skying pooch kicks. Every one of them has been to the near side sideline, which would be into the Noble sideline as you're looking at your screens. El Reno offense takes the field for the first time this half. They've given up 12 points on back-to-back offensive possessions before they've had, or defensive possessions, without having had a chance to touch the ball offensively. Cooper hands the ball off to the running back. Running back totes it forward. Mikey Devereaux, the ball carrier that time. He's going to carry that to the 41-yard line. It'll be second down and 6 for the Indians. El Reno side of the stands about a third full. Come out, watch homecoming a week from tonight. Homecoming festivities begin at 6:20. First snap at 7 o'clock. Cooper Park takes the low snap, rolls to his right, throws to his right. That pass intended for Bradley Chavers, incomplete. El Reno substitutes. Play clock at 33. Game clock stopped at 7:41 to play. El Reno trails by 19 as we near the midway point of the third quarter. Save and accept the first opening drive for the Bear offense. The El Reno defense played very well in the first half. Got some timely breaks, made some timely plays. But so far they've struggled in the second half. Third down and 7 upcoming for the Indians. Knoll fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws to his right. It's going to be intercepted, and that should be a pick 6. And it is a pick 6. Defensive touchdown for Noble, as they take a 25-0 lead. We'll see if they attempt the 1 point after or the 2 point conversion attempt. Last time they showed the 1 point attempt. It was don't know if it was a called fake or a busted play, but in any event, they tried the old quarterbacks to holder, stand it up, throw to your right routine, and it was to no avail. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. And we're back to the action. Now Reno trails 25-0, having given up 3 straight scores defensively to start the second half. Cooper Park under pressure, rolled to his right, threw to his right. Was intercepted for a pick 6, and the intercepting defensive back has track sprinter speed. The most important skill if you're on the cover team defensively. Showing the onside sky-high pooch kick again, and that's exactly what it is. Oh, this one's deeper. This one's near the 30. That one caught by Kobe Knoll. He crosses from his left to his right, cuts back to the middle. He's going to be dropped after getting to the 41-yard line. First down and 10, El Reno from the 41. Kobe Knoll caught it at about the 27-yard line. Cut to his right. Had a good angle. Pressure came. Put his foot in the ground, cut to his left, turned it upfield, got all the way out. They're going to mark him down at the 41. First down and 10, El Reno from the 41. White Hat gives the ready for play. Game clock at 7:21. El Reno 3 receivers to the far side. Single back backfield. Cooper takes the snap, rolls to his right, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped for a sack. Offensive struggles continue for El Reno early in the third quarter. I say early, we're nearing the midway point of the third quarter. Inside 7 to play. But this is El Reno's second offensive possession of the second half. Their first one ended in a defensive pick 6. Park takes the snap, throws to his right. Receiver catches it, tackled out of bounds immediately at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. Check that, third down and 10. Tackled out of bounds, clock stops, 6 minutes 35 to play. Third down and 10 upcoming for El Reno. Play clock at 21. Play clock at 9. If El Reno doesn't break scene and get to the line, they have to call a timeout. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. And El Reno takes their first timeout of the second half. Going into the first timeout, 6 minutes, 35 seconds remain in the second quarter. El Reno trails the Noble Bears 25-0 in this 5A district matchup down at Noble Stadium. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process.
And we're back to the action. El Reno, running back split to either side. Puts the near side running back in motion. Cooper takes the snap. Running backwards, throws off his back foot. Mikey Devereaux makes the catch, steps out of a couple of tackles, but he's going to make the line to gain when he's finally brought down on the Noble side of the 50. First down and 10, El Reno. He's marked down at the Noble 47-yard line. Mikey Devereaux's been a spark several times tonight for the El Reno offense, although they haven't made it to the end zone yet. Looking to keep it alive, keep the momentum building on this drive as the clock continues to run. 6:13 to play in the third quarter. El Reno trails 25-0. And after running a late defender on, Noble has to take their first time out of the second half. Didn't have the personnel that they wanted. Player came running on late. We'll step away for just a minute. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv.
Not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
And after that Noble timeout, we're back to the action. El Reno has two receivers to the far side, one to the near side, split running backs either side of Cooper Park. It's a low snap fielded by Park. It's a handoff to Mikey Devereaux, runs hard between the tackles, all the way out to the 40.5-yard line. It'll bring up second down and a long 3. Sends a single receiver to the near side, single receiver to the far side rather, two receivers to the near side, running back split either side of Cooper Park. Park takes the snap, looks to his right, quick throw to the right, it's out past the line to gain, and he's finally tackled after another El Reno first down. And credit that catch to number 17, Kobe Nall. The lone receiver to the far side, Cooper Park made the read quick, took the snap, turned immediately to his right, threw it on a dime to Kobe Knoll, who was about 6 yards downfield, made the catch, gained a yard, got tackled, first down and 10 for El Reno. Ball spotted at the Noble 34. Same look again, Kobe Knoll isolated to the far side, two receivers to the near side, running back split either side of Cooper Park. Cooper Park hands it off to the number 34, Mikey Devereaux, steps out of one tackle, picks up a block, reaches for the end zone. Does he get there? And he's in for an El Reno touchdown. That Mikey Devereaux run. Good blocking, good push by the offensive line. His receivers and his fellow running back picked up some timely blocks. Mikey made one guy miss, stepped out of one block, turned on the Jets. That'll go for 6. And on to attempt the PAT, number 22, Kenneth Solis. 3 steps back, 2 steps to his left. Snap is back, ball down, kick on the way. And the Kenneth Solis kick is good. And after the Kenneth Solis conversion, El Reno scores their first offensive touchdown in 3 weeks. El Reno now trails 7-25. Still got a big hole, but that touchdown means the shovel you need to fill it in is just a little bit smaller. With 4 minutes, 53 seconds to play in the third quarter, El Reno trails by 2 scores. Check that, trails by 3 scores. It's 18. It's a 3-score game. 7-25. Come out next Thursday for softball senior night. Softball takes on the OKC Broncos. If that doesn't make any sense to you, the OKC Broncos is an OSSAA-sanctioned team composed of high school homeschool students who want to play the game of softball. Come out and support your El Reno softballers. They won the varsity doubleheader last night. Come out and support your softball girls on Thursday. 5 o'clock scheduled to start on that one. Senior night activities before. Friday night, the very next night, 1 week from tonight, El Reno unveils their brand new turf at Memorial Stadium for the first time. Junior high's played there a time or two, I believe. This will be the varsity unit's first display of the new turf. It'll also be the homecoming activities. Come watch the float through downtown in the afternoon. Homecoming activities at 6:20. Football at 7. And we're back to the action here at the Noble Football Complex, one of the finer facilities in Oklahoma. Not always about quantity, can also be about quality, as is the case here at Noble. Hard, low bouncing kick fielded at the 18-yard line. Cuts from the far side to the near side. Chavers makes the first hit. Noel in there to help. And the El Reno defense comes rushing to the aid. 31. Braden Chavers made the first contact. Didn't make the tackle, but he got enough hand on him to slow him down. Kobe Knowles coming to help. Kobe Knowles stacked him up near the sideline. And a host of El Reno cover team guys came running to assist their colleague in arms. And it's going to be first down and 10 for Noble from the 28-yard line. Noble has two receivers to the far side, one receiver to the near side, single back standing to the right of the quarterback. Tight end set. Hand off to the running back. Steps out of one tackle. Stacked up. Steps out of the first tackle. First contact made by number 5, Xavier Devereaux. And the other Devereaux, Mikey Devereaux, was there to finish the playoff. Xavier stood him up. He stepped out of the Xavier tackle, and the second half of the Devereaux duo finished him off. That'll go down for a gain of 1. Second down and 9 upcoming for the Bears. Clock continues to run as we near 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Takes the snap, pass to the near side flat, cuts back again, springs it on the sideline, and unless there's a ankle tackle, and he doesn't have the angle that he needs, Davon Smith didn't have the angle, and that bowl screen is going to go for 76. And another Noble touchdown. El Reno picked one up and gave it right back. El Reno now trails 31-7. The last several PATs, whether they were 1-point attempts, 2-point attempts, or 1-point attempts that converted into 2-point attempts, have been unsuccessful for the Noble Bears. We'll see if the El Reno special teams is up to the task again. The Noble quarterback takes his place as the holder. Snap back, snap is low, and that kick is good. After that 1-point conversion, El Reno trails 7-32. It's that time of year. Fall sports are in full swing. Winter sports are gearing up to begin their practices in a few days. At the 1st of October, basketball will get after it. If you want to show your support for El Reno Athletics and you want to be a proud sponsor of the live broadcast of all things El Reno Athletics, go to elrenoindians.tv and the upper right of your screen, little blue button says advertise. Click that button, gives you everything you need to know to be a proud sponsor and advertiser with El Reno Athletics. If technology's not your thing or you've got questions that the website doesn't answer, send an email to Rodney Hayden, the Director of Athletics. That's rhayden at elrenops.org. Hayden is Haydon. Can also email Zach Morgan, the Director of Broadcast Operations for El Reno Public Schools, zmorgan at elrenops.org. They'll get you all the information that you need to show your support for El Reno Athletics. And we're back to the action as the Noble kicker lines up for the sky-high, long, onsides looking pooch punt. Not really sure how to describe it. You got to see it to believe it. They send that one much deeper. That breaks the mold. That one to Kobe Knoll again. Kobe fields it at the 25, cuts back from his left to his right, and he takes it out to the 31. The Noble Bear cover unit did a good job of forcing him flat, didn't let him turn upfield. Nearly stepped out of that tackle. He would outrun the cover unit laterally. If he's able to avoid that tackle, he may take that one to the house. That ankle tackle stops the forward progress. They're going to give him the 32-yard line where it will be first down and 10 for El Reno. Reno's excited to bring you Veterans Day and Gifts for the Yanks on a live broadcast this year. As we draw closer to Veterans Day and then Gifts for the Yanks in December, El Reno is the last school to our knowledge to still participate in the Gifts for the Yanks program that started back in the World War II era. El Reno back on offense, one receiver to the far side, two to the near side. Hand off to the near side running back, and he's going to run for a gain of about 7. It'll be second down and 8. They're going to give him 8. It'll be second down and 2, rather, for the Indians. Game clock at 3:32 and running as the third quarter draws nearer to an end by the ticking second. Play clock at 11. El Reno takes their formation. One receiver to the far side, two receivers to the near side. Split running backs either side of the quarterback. Cooper Park takes the snap. It's a handoff to the far side running back. Big pickup block there by Chavers. A flag down on the play. Number 5, Xavier Devereaux, the carry man. Expect a hold here against El Reno, based on where that flag is, and it is going to be a hold against El Reno. I'm going to say the hold drugged the man to the ground. Well, they're actually going to get El Reno for a block in the back. That's a 15-yard penalty over the 10 yards normally assessed on a holding penalty. That one hurts more than it normally would. They're going to mark that off 15 yards from the spot of that foul, where it will be first down. If the down marker is correct, it will be first down along 9. Not really sure how that works. Something about that doesn't sound right. But I'm not wearing the striped shirts tonight. I did for a while. That career is behind me. The same look. Hand off to Devereaux. 34. Mikey Devereaux springs the big run. He's looking to score again. Is he going to get there? He's being chased down. Unable to make the flying tackle. Mikey Devereaux for the second El Reno touchdown of the night on another Mikey Devereaux long run. El Reno picks up the one they gave back earlier. They now trail 13 to 32. El Reno made some adjustments at halftime, went to the two-back look. They've demonstrated that they're having success out of that two-back look, and Mikey Devereaux is having himself a night, running out of the backfield, and on to attempt the 1 point after. Number 22, Kenneth Solis. 3 steps back, 2 steps to his left. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. And that kick is good. And after the Kenneth Solis 1 point conversion, El Reno trails 32 to 14. You can't get them all back at once, but you can get them back one possession at a time. Kind of like in basketball, the easiest way to overcome a 50-point deficit is to start 2 points at a time. Same way in football. Offense got the score. Now they look for their defense to come out and play with the energy and efficiency they played with in the first half. Look to get a couple of stops. One of the issues that El Reno is going to start running into as this game draws nearer and nearer to an end. We're 2:58 to play in the third. El Reno trailing 14 to 32 in this 5A district matchup here in Noble, Oklahoma. One of the issues that El Reno needs to be cautious about, they have been bitten by the injury bug this year. Also have some young players getting lots of snaps, and they have a lot of players playing both ways. They have several players playing on all aspects of special teams, as well as on the offensive and defensive unit. So there are a lot of players tonight who may see every snap, and if not, they'll see nearly every snap. Something to keep in mind as the game draws near. The officials take their respective positions. Kenneth Solis on to kick for El Reno. Noble has 3 deep men, 2 standing at the 15, 1 standing at the 10. Got 3 players in the middle line. The rest standing about a step off the 50. Gives the ready for play. Hard, low bouncing kick fielded at the 32-yard line. He's out to the 42, out to the 43. We're going to give him the 43. He's tackled by a host of Indian cover men. And I believe credit first contact there to 31. Braden Chavers I believe is who we credit for that. From my perspective, that tackle was made right in front of me. It looked like 31 had first contact there. If that is in fact accurate, it'll be Braden Shavers. Don't have a roster for the Noble Bears tonight, or I'd bring you those names. White Hat gets ready for play. First down and 10 Noble from the 43. Not sure again. El Reno jumped off sides. Still no whistle. They let that play on, but I'm not sure what the near side official, the official standing closest to you if you're watching on your screens at home, not sure what he's looking at. His job was to look right down that line of scrimmage and identify any players on the offense who move early or in the defense who jump into the neutral zone, jump off sides, or make contact with an offensive player. Okay? That's his job. Twice tonight, players on both sides have moved, and he has not even flinched towards his flag. And for those who watch football on Saturdays or Sundays, as that Noble run goes up the middle for a gain of 3, for those who watch football on Saturdays or Sundays, a defensive offsides is a delayed penalty. So they throw the flag, but they let the play out. And then the offense gets their choice to accept or decline based on the results of the play. In high school, an offsides penalty, a defensive player committing an offsides violation or making contact with an offensive player prior to the snap is an immediate dead ball. So there's a slight rule difference between the Saturday-Sunday leagues and the Friday Night Light leagues. That quarterback keeper was sniffed out and guarded well by El Reno. Credit number 5, Xavier Devereaux. 34, Mikey Devereaux. 32 and 35, 32, William Elledge. 35, Nate Carty, all in there on the play. First contact made, and then El Reno pursued the ball. Quarterback under pressure, throws across his body. A little bit of bump and run coverage there by Kobe Knoll. Some of the Noble Bears sideline looking for a flag. No call by the back judge there. Kobe Knoll with him step for step. Both players making a little hand-to-hand combat there. Officials pass on it. Minute 32 to play in the third. El Reno's looking to fight out of a hole that they found themselves in early. Went into the halftime, only down a touchdown. Gave up 3 touchdowns in the second half really, really quickly. Did pick up 2 of their own. They now trail 14-32 with a minute 32 to play in the third quarter. And fourth down and 5 coming up for the Noble Bears as the Noble Bears bring on their punt unit. Back deep to return for El Reno, number 1, Davon Smith. Flat-footed punt to Davon. Davon gets out of the way. Noble's going to look to down it, and they don't. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be first down and 10 El Reno from the 20-yard line. Good decision by Davon Smith there. Low, running, bouncing punt. Those are tough to cover. Right, for our active viewers of football, you know that a football doesn't bounce like any other ball. Doesn't always bounce in a straight line. Doesn't always bounce low. Sometimes it kicks high. Sometimes it kicks off to the side, and it's hard to field bouncing footballs. Davon Smith made the decision to get out of the way. Played in favor of the Indians. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Minute 24 to play in the third quarter. El Reno trails 14-32. The El Reno offense takes the field. Look for them to stay in that set that they've been with 1 receiver to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side, and 2 running backs, 1 standing either side of the quarterback. They actually flipped the formation this time. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, but still 2 running backs. Wide side is to the far side in this case. Another handoff. Fights his way forward. Finally drugged down. That'll go down for a gain of, what are we going to give him here? Give him a gain of 4, second down and 6. I believe Mikey Devereaux, the ball carrier on that one as well. Mikey Devereaux's having himself a night. Have yourself a night, young fella. Clock inside a minute to play in the third quarter. Be great to see El Reno score here in the third before the clock gets to 0 to punch one in, but may not get there. 15 on the play clock, 48 on the game clock. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side, split running backs. Park takes the snap. Play action, rolls to his right, throws to his right. It's caught by Kobe Knoll. A little bit of a ball fight, but Kobe Knoll able to wrangle that one. He's going to be tackled just short of the line to gain. Clock continues to run. 35 on the play clock, but 30 on the game clock. El Reno is not obligated to snap this one. Clock continues to run, but there's going to be a call coming. An ineligible man downfield penalty called against El Reno. see that called a lot, the point of emphasis this year in college football, so you may see that a lot on Saturdays. Don't see it a lot on Fridays, but similar rule in the rule book. On a passing play, when the ball is released by the quarterback, you cannot have a lineman more than 2 yards downfield. Now, if you're asking yourself how in the world is a lineman supposed to keep up with that, that's exactly what coaches and linemen ask themselves every day as well, so you're not alone in that thinking. And after that mark-off, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And the clock operation has just been a disaster here tonight. That play ended with about 40, okay, they reset the game clock to 27. All right, that play was over with, I had it at 31, but it could have been 27. It continued to run, so they did reset the game clock to 27 even. Cooper drops back. He was looking for Davon Smith. A little miscommunication. Davon Smith was running a go route on the near sideline. Cooper threw a breaking route. Looked for Davon Smith to come out of his route and break to the near side sideline. Davon Smith saw the opening, took off down the sideline on a go route. The Noble Bear defense read the miscommunication, made a diving attempt at an interception. No good, incomplete. 3rd down and 10 upcoming. For those watching at home, sometimes there are routes that are pre-designed. The receiver runs a specific route depending on the play call, and sometimes it's a read route. Receivers will read a key. How is he being guarded? What is the defensive matchup? And if the quarterback and the receiver don't make the same read, sometimes you end up with scary situations like we just saw there. Cooper running backwards, running for his life. Throws it over the middle, but it's batted down, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 10 with 19.2 to play in the 3rd. The Reno offense, after back-to-back scoring drives by Mikey Devereaux on long runs, unable to move the ball on this one. And although time is drawing near, the risk outweighs the reward on 4th and 10 from deep in your own territory. Conventional wisdom says bring your punt unit on, try to flip the field, and ask your defense to answer the bell. It's exactly what El Reno is going to do on this possession. Noble has 2 deep men back to receive, standing at about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line on the El Reno half of the field. There's the snap. 2 steps. Long kick. Look for the return men to cross. It's actually going to bounce, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. I've got it at the 42. We'll see where the official marks it. That ball went out of bounds right in front of me on the opposite side of the field. Let's see where they mark it out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be favorable to El Reno. Nope. The official started at the 40, walked 2 yards upfield, marked it out of bounds at the 42, right down my line of sight. I may not get them all right, but I got that one right. 12.2 to play in the 3rd. El Reno trails 14-32 to the hosts of Noble. Noble with 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side, single running back. They do hand it to the single running back. He runs to the far side, which will be to his left as you're watching it. He's going to go for a decent gain there. Give him 4 or 5. We'll see where they mark him. Right now, the near side officials got him, and the clock's going to go to 0. And they're going to mark him down after a gain of 6. So as we come back after the 3rd, to begin the 4th quarter, rather, it'll be 2nd down and 6, looks like. 2nd down and 4, rather, for the Noble Bears. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital.
Coming out after the interperiod field flip, it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Noble Bears from their own 47-yard line. They're now moving from your right to left as you look at your screen. It's a low snap but fielded. Left-handed quarterback hops around, throws long. Pass is intended for, but overthrown. Receiver was running open. He had an El Reno defender in the area, but back on his hip. Throw was a little bit long. Noble receiver laid out. Didn't make the catch. Certainly wasn't from lack of effort. And if you don't watch a lot of football, or if you do, those balls, those deep routes, those go routes, those deep throws, that quarterback's throwing to a spot. That receiver's job is to try and get under that spot, and the quarterback's job is to try to hit the spot. So there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of timing involved that make that play a lot more difficult than it appears. Speed flip to the motion man. He's going to be hit by Kobe Knoll, finally slung out of bounds. And they're going to mark him down after the line to gain. It'll be first down and 10 for Noble. They're going to mark him down at the El Reno 46, first and 10 for Noble from the El Reno 46. With the speed and skill of some of the players on both sides, they make some of the stuff look easy. But there's a lot of moving parts, especially when you're slinging the football all over the field. Both teams tonight have thrown at some. Both teams tonight have run at some. El Reno's seen their greatest success on the running game, and specifically Mikey Devereaux. And then they're going to get El Reno for an offsides violation. Looks like the outside linebacker on the far side got a little punchy. And that is going to be a 5-yard mark off. It'll be first down and 5 for Noble after the 5-yard penalty. They're going to mark that at the 41, first down and 5 from the El Reno 41. First down and 5. Trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side, throws a crossing route over the middle. And I don't have a stat sheet in front of me, but Noble has to have dropped or let go through their hands no less than 10 passes tonight. I'd be curious to know how many of those will go as dropped passes. But Noble's had at least 2 touchdowns dropped, a couple of big throws, a couple of big catches dropped. Not a lot of miscommunication by the quarterback, but the Noble Bears hands team has struggled a little bit tonight. Quarterback takes the snap, handoff to the running back, crosses it from his left hand to his right hand, turns it back upfield. He's finally met and tackled after a gain of 3 rather. And for reasons that escape my understanding, the official standing on the near side as you look at your screen with his back to you, looked across a 48-yard wide football field and determined that the line to gain was made, and before the wide hat even got there to indicate first down, was moving the chains on his own accord. Not generally how we expect the officiating crews to work, but different strokes for different folks, I suppose. With a flip pass to the motion man, he's going to be brought down from behind. I believe that was Cade Mayo on that play. And it was Cade Mayo, the senior captain for tonight. Check that. It's actually Mikey Devereaux. I apologize if you're a Devereaux fan. It was Mikey Devereaux on the play. Quarterback takes a snap, runs to his left, looks to his left, throws to his left with his left hand. It's caught, steps out of one tackle, almost spins out of the second. He's going to be dropped at the 7-yard line, first and goal. First down and goal Noble, but there's a flag on the play. They're going to mark that off. Illegal block in the back called against Noble. They're going to mark that back, and they're going to spot it first down and 10 from the 19-yard line. It is still first down for Noble. 10:34 to play in this contest. El Reno trails 32-14 rather. Total discombobulation on the RPO look there, but the quarterback finally makes the decision. With about 8 El Reno defenders in his face. Running back, to his credit, made 2 guys miss. Stepped out of one tackle, spun out of the second, advances it for another Noble first down. It'll be first down and goal from the 7-yard line for the Bears. Noble has 2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Empty backfield. 2 tight ends set to the near side. Quarterback runs to his right, throws to his left to a streaking receiver across the middle back of the end zone and incomplete. If I had $1 for every drop pass by Noble tonight, I could retire. So that'll be second down and goal from the 7 on the dropped pass. El Reno defense has played well at times tonight. And sometimes they've just gotten lucky. And sometimes luck is what you need to get out of a jam. Second down and goal from the 7 after the incompletion. Handoff to the lone running back. Fights his way, dances his way, fights his way in, and that'll be a touchdown for Noble. El Reno trails 14-38. Especially in high school sports, there's never a game that's completely out of hand. But the odds are certainly stacked against the Indian Gridiron at this point. Noble on to attempt the PAT. The quarterback to hold, snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and that kick is good. El Reno trails 14-39 to the host Noble Bears in this 5A district matchup. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to play in this contest. El Reno trails by 25. Again, not saying the game's out of hand, but we're looking at a 4-score game. Look for El Reno as they look to restart their offensive momentum. Look for them to stay with that 2 running back look. Quarterback Cooper Park stands in the shotgun. He has a running back standing about a half a yard off each hip. 2 receivers to one side, single receiver to the other. Although traditionally you see 2 receivers to the wide side and a single receiver to the short side, it's not always the case. And El Reno will, as most RPO run-pass option offenses will do, sometimes they'll shut conventional wisdom and they'll send 2 receivers to the short side and a single to the wide side, especially if you get the matchup that you want. They call it conventional wisdom for a reason. Just because it's conventional doesn't mean it's always right or that it always works. You do what works for you. 10-10 to play. El Reno trails 14-39. Another high sky punt. That one fielded by Cade Mayo. Gives the fair catch symbol. And he's going to be, if he's going to fair catch that router, first down and 10 from the 32. And El Reno offense to take the field. If those watching at home, watch carefully as these players head to the sideline. See how many actually leave the field versus how many go into the offensive huddle and come right back on. Several Indian players play both directions. And even more, shouldn't say even more, roughly the same number will play all directions. Special teams, kickoff, kick return, punt cover, PAT, as well as offense and defense, and goal line for both sides. Just like I said, 2 receivers to the far side, which is the wide side, single receiver to the near side. Running back split either side of Cooper Park. Cooper Park takes the snap is low, but he does hand it off to Mikey Devereaux. Devereaux makes one guy miss. Devereaux makes a second guy miss. Finally forced out of bounds, but a late flag comes in. Looks like Cade Mayo's got a cramp. He's trying to walk it off. Yep, Cade Mayo's cramping. You should start to see this happen a little more often with the Indians who are playing both ways, and that's going to be a hold called against El Reno. It's their 3rd big play of the game that's been called back on an offensive penalty. The big Cade Mayo touchdown run was called back on a hold by a receiver. And that long Mikey Devereaux run was called off by a hold by a receiver. Cade Mayo heads to the sideline, looks like. Xavier Devereaux comes on in relief. Clock continues to run with 10 minutes, 9:59 to play in the 4th quarter. El Reno trails. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side, split running backs. Quarterback takes the snap, throws it to the near side, intended for Kobe Knoll, but incomplete. We saw that play work well earlier. Kobe Knoll, if you remember, in the 3rd quarter with El Reno attacking the other direction. Kobe Knoll was the lone receiver to the short side, which in that case was the far side. That same look, made the read at the line. Cooper Park took the snap, turned immediately to his right, threw it on a string to Kobe Knoll. It was second down and 4. It was a gain of 6, resulted in a first down for El Reno. 2 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side, split running backs. This time, Cooper Park looks to the far side, completes the pass. The receiver fights his way to the sticks. Doesn't quite get all the way there, but it's going to bring up third down and short. You'll take third down and short over third down and medium or long all day long. It opens up the playbook, gives the play callers a little more option to try and isolate, get the matchup they want. It's going to be third down, and scoreboard shows still 11. I've got it as third down and a very long 1, but I wouldn't be surprised if they stuck third down and 2 up on the scoreboard. It's marked at the 31. They need the 32.5 to convert. Play clock at 10. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Split running backs. Park takes the snap, 3-step drop, throws to his right to Kobe Knoll, passing complete. Knoll had it a couple of times. It was in his hands, he bobbled it. It was in his hands again, he bobbled it again. Unable to wrangle it a third time, falls to the ground. Incomplete, 4th down, and Reno's going to have to punt. And actually, I was wrong about that. I had forgotten about the holding penalty that offset it. So rather than 4th and 1, it was 4th and 11. I was looking at the wrong line on the line to gain there, folks. I apologize for the miscommunication to you. That 3rd and 11 doesn't open your playbook up nearly like a 3rd and 1 would. So I walk that statement back. Snap to the punter. 2 steps, puts his boot in it. Not sure where that one went. Looks like it was kicked out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. Not a good punt at all. It was 4th down and 11, and that punt went for 12 yards. So it'll be 1st down and 10 after the shank. And I say that with all humility. Every time I try to punt a football, it goes back further behind me than it does forward. So I'm certainly not one to sit in judgment. That one just didn't come off his foot the way he wanted it. 1st down and 10, Noble from the Reno 44. Trips to the near side, single to the far side, handoff to the lone running back. He's held on to early and finally dragged down, but a flag comes flying in from the back judge in an area where you traditionally see holding. Check that. The flag actually didn't come from the back judge. It came from the line judge, or head linesman. The sideline official on the far side. That's where you would traditionally see a flag in the holding box, but we'll see what the white hat calls here. And it is a hold called against Noble. That'll be a 10-yard mark off from the spot of that foul. Should bring up 1st down and 20. They'll replay the down after the mark off. Should bring up 1st down and 20 for Noble. It does bring up 1st down and 20, but it also pushes them back into their own side of the 50. So 1st down and 20 to come from the Noble 46. Quarterback takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left. The receiver catches it, takes 3 steps, and he's met and dump trucked down by Mikey Devereaux. They picked up over half of it. 2nd down and 14. They needed 20. They got 6 of it in one fell swoop. 2nd down and 14 to come. I used to know the odds of a 1st and 20, the odds of converting it. Statistically, I don't have those numbers anymore. I used to know them, but it was too many cups of coffee ago. Single to the near side, trips to the far side. Low snap at the quarterback's ankles. He fields it cleanly, though. That pass to the original line of scrimmage, and then tackle made by Davon Smith after a gain of about 10. It's going to be 3rd down. Give him a gain of 9. It'll be 3rd down and 5. It was 2nd and 14. 3rd and 5 would be a gain of 9. 3rd and 5 to come. Clock continues to run inside, or nearing 7.5 to play in the game. Rather 7:33 till this one's all over. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, throws to his left with his left hand, nearly intercepted by Cade Mayo. Cade had the jump on it. He read the route. He read the receiver. Cade had the jump and nearly got the pick. If Cade gets that pick, that's a pick 6 and a defensive touchdown for the El Reno defensive unit. But you'll take an incompletion any way you can get it, especially if it results in a 4th down. 4th down and 5 to come for Noble. Now what does Noble do here? The ball's on the 38. Probably too far for the average high school kicker. And I'm not saying the Noble kicker is or is not better or worse than average. I just know that statistically a lot of high schoolers can't kick the ball that far. Are you going to go for it? And they are lined up to go for it. Noble's got nothing to lose. They've got a big enough lead that if they don't convert, it doesn't ruin their game. El Reno brings pressure, flip pass, and it's played to perfection by Mikey Devereaux. That's actually going to go down as a tackle for loss. Ball is going to go over on downs. It'll be first down and 10 El Reno from their own 39 after the Mikey Devereaux fourth down stop. El Reno trails 39-14 with 7:18 to play in the fourth. Come out Thursday night, support your Lady Indian softball for senior night. Let's pack the park. I'd like to see as many people there as we possibly can. Celebrate the hard work and dedication of those seniors over the 4 years. And if you haven't seen Bailey Brothers, the starting catcher, play, come watch her play. She's got a cannon. She stops everything that's in front of her. I've seen her pick people. I've seen her back pick off of first, second, and third. I've seen her gun people at second and third. I've seen her make bang plays at the plate, and she's got a big stick. When she's at the plate in the offensive capacity, come out, support Bailey Brothers and her fellow seniors and softballers Thursday night. El Reno with two to the far side, single to the near side, single backfield. Check that double backfield. Cade Mayo, the running back, steps out of one tackle, nearly steps out of a second, and then finally brought down by a host of Bears. There was a Bear defender in the backfield who just brushed Cade Mayo's shoulder pad. Cade shrugged it off, said, "You got to work harder than that to put me on the ground." Turned it upfield for a gain of 4. Nearly stepped out of the ankle tackle. If he gets clear of that, he gets a first down and maybe more. But the Bear defensive unit came rushing to the assistance to stop the Cade Mayo run. Actually giving him a gain of 3, second down and 7 to come. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Park takes the snap, hands off to the running back. This time hand off to number 5, Xavier Devereaux, the other half of the Devereaux duo. And he's going to tow it out beyond the line to gain and into Noble territory. Clock continues to run, 6:30, 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Ball at the Noble 49. Same set, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Double backfield. Noble shows pressure. 22 on the play clock. Cooper Park looks to the sideline to get his audible. Shifts his blocking. Takes the snap. This time it's a handoff to number 3, fights his way through, steps out of 1, steps out of a second, still battling his way through. That's going to go down for another big gain. Number 3, Malachi Nicholson. And he's out near the line to gain. That'll go down as a run of 9.5, almost a full 10. And if you remember in the first half, near the end of the first half, with Noble threatening, the long snap went over and around the quarterback. Malachi Nicholson was in a dead sprint with the quarterback. They got there about the same time for the jump ball. Now the quarterback had a 7-yard head start. Malachi made up all the difference and then some. Ball popped loose and made an ankle tackle for a big loss, and that went down as a loss of 31. Devereaux turns the corner again. Mikey Devereaux on the carry, and that's going to be enough for another El Reno first down. The chains move. Clock stops temporarily for the chains to reset. 5:22 to play in this contest. El Reno trails 14-39 in their first action in 4 weeks. El Reno has two receivers to the far side. Kobe Knoll, the lone receiver, to the near side. Double running backs. Looks like Cade Mayo standing to Cooper's left. Mikey Devereaux to his right. It's a handoff to Cade Mayo. It's a fumble. Mayo picks up his own fumble off the ground and advances it. And he's going to get stacked up after a gain of, call it 4. Yeah, 3.5 or 4. Call it 4. Second down and 6 to come after the exchange between Cooper Park and Cade Mayo resulted in the ball being on the ground. Took a good bounce. Mayo picked it right up from his feet, advanced it. What could have been a disaster, either a turnover or a big loss, ended up being a gain of 4. Second down and 6. Game clock nearing 4.5 to play. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the far side, single to the near side. Running backs split either side. Cooper Park hands off to Cade Mayo. Uses his block, lowers his shoulder, and advances that. Check that. That's Xavier Devereaux, rather. I apologize, not Cade Mayo. Xavier Devereaux on the hesitation. He saw the defender coming at him. He knew he had a fellow Indian blocking for him. He paused in the backfield, let that block get set up, let his blocker push the defender out of the way, then attacked the seam. That went down. as a positive, as a net positive yard. Run, 3rd down and 3. That'll go down as a gain of 3. 20 on the play clock. Inside 4 to play in the contest. 2 to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. Split backs. Park takes the snap. Shows handoff to Cade Mayo. Gives it to Cade Mayo. Cade tries to turn the corner. Does he get there? And he doesn't. That'll go down as no gain. And we're in 4th and go for it territory, both geographically on the field as well as in terms of clock and game management. We're in 4th and go for it. Although perhaps you can make that argument, even if we were at 4th and 99 from our own 1, we're 4th and goal from our own 1 with 99 yards to convert. We'd probably be in 4th and go for it there too. Nothing wrong with that line of thinking. Clock continues to wind. 3:15 to play. 16 on the play clock. Same set. 2 to the near side this time. 1 to the far side. They flip the set. Looks to pass. He passes it to the far side. That pass caught for an El Reno touchdown. I believe that touchdown, catch and throw, was to number 1 Davon Smith. That's traditionally been Kobe Knoll these last few possessions, but in any event, you take them how you can get them. And that touchdown brings El Reno to 20. El Reno now trails 20 to 39. And the El Reno kicker running on from the far side of the arena at about the 35-yard line. Comes running on at a dead sprint, drops his tee. He's going to mark his steps off. 3 to the back, 2 to the left. Davon Smith to hold. Snap back is low. Ball down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And after the Kenneth Solis conversion, El Reno trails 21 to 39. This game was not going to end with the outcome that El Reno fans wanted, but it certainly could have ended a lot worse. El Reno struggled early in the second half. And if you're honest with yourselves, you can't be terribly surprised by it with as many Indians as we have playing on both sides of the football. Fatigue is going to start to play a factor. You started to see that. Cade Mayo went down, cramping in both legs. Was able to stretch those off. I think he went down early in the first half with a cramp as well. Managed to get himself off the field. Got some treatment by the outstanding Alex Bray, head athletic trainer for El Reno Public Schools. El Reno Sports Medicine is, in my opinion, one of the finest in 5A, if not the state. I know Alex, a fine athletic trainer. She's new this year. And it's an honor and privilege to call her a friend and colleague. El Reno on to kick. Noble has 1 back deep to receive. Noble's got 10. All within about 5 yards, 6 yards of the 50-yard line. They kick off from the 40 in high school. Ball's got to go to the 50. El Reno's lined up in what you would expect to be an onside kick formation. 4 behind the kicker. 6 in front of the kicker, and the kicker makes 11. He's looking for the lucky bounce. He doesn't get it. It's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a flag for a free kick out of bounds. The ball needed to make it to the 50. The ball made it to about the 45 and a half. Made a hard left turn and flew out of bounds at the El Reno 40. What are they going to mark him at? Looks like the 44. So they should flag that as a free kick out of bounds. And it should just be 1st down and 10 Bears from where the ball went out of bounds. They're going to give it 1st down and 10 to Noble from the El Reno 44. Noble's got it on a short field. Every onside kick is hard to execute, but that one in particular, that particular onside kick play is designed for the low roller to catch the point of the football and result in a high bounce in which you can then have your hands team try and high point that ball. Noble keeps it on the ground. Look for them to keep it on the ground for the rest of this contest. We're inside 3 to play. 2:57 and counting. El Reno trails 39-21. More offensive production from El Reno in this one. After they dropped the first game to Cash 12-6. El Reno at times moved the ball well. Had 2 touchdowns called back on holds. 1 touchdown called back on holds. On a hold, the big Cade Mayo run was called back. A couple other big plays by El Reno were offset by penalties. And then after receiving the second half kick, Noble went down and scored in 56 seconds, I'm sorry. Noble takes the shotgun snap, handoff to the running back, and he's going to be tackled. After a gain of 4, it'll be 3rd down and 5. So Noble won the toss, deferred to the second half, took the first half kick off, a little over 70 yards in 56 seconds, I'm sorry. They then went with the high pooch kick onside that El Reno gave a fair catch symbol but was unable to get organized underneath it. Took a bounce. Noble picked it up. Noble then, having secured possession on what was functionally an onside kick, whether it was intentional or not, drove down and scored. And with less than 4 minutes gone, with 3 minutes and 35 seconds gone actually, in the second half, El Reno had given up 12 points. Noble was unable to convert either PAT try. Another handoff by Noble. Quarterback keeper, I'm sorry. Steps out of one, shoves Chavers out of the way, and he's going to go for an almost untouched touchdown. That touchdown, what you're seeing now, is the result of fatigue. El Reno was in position to make the play. Couldn't get him to the ground. Certainly wasn't from lack of effort. And this is the time of this game where you start to see issues like fatigue magnify. Now, you have to ask yourself, what does Noble stand to gain by continuing to leave their starting 11 on the field, exposed to hits, injuries, turnovers? What does Noble stand to gain other than to hang it on the scoreboard? But I'm not going to get into the merits of the sportsmanship argument. I'll let you make those determinations for yourself. El Reno trails 45-21, snap back, kick, a ball down kick on the way, and the kick is good. El Reno trails 21-46. Inside 2 to play, minute 18 to play specifically in this contest. El Reno trails 46-21. Come out a week from tonight for homecoming. Better yet, make a day of it. Block off from the noon hour after. Come watch the parade in the afternoon. Festivities begin at 6:20 for the homecoming. It's 7 o'clock. We're going to play a little football under the bright lights of Friday night on the brand new turf at Memorial Stadium. We're also hoping to bring you a new and improved broadcast experience. So come out, support your Indians. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the girls' basketball fundraiser is the cookout in North Adams Park. It's that covered pavilion, that area just to the south of Memorial Stadium, right behind the visitors' bleachers on the other side of the road. Find the girls' basketball player and hunt down a ticket, or contact the athletic office and get your tickets for the girls' basketball fundraiser. October 1st, we'll start practice for them. Noble to kick. High spiraling kick to the near side sideline. It's caught. Fair caught by Cade Mayo. I almost think, and it's a risk to do so, but I almost think if El Reno lets that ball go, it's going to jump out of bounds. It would be a free kick out of bounds and 1st down and 10 for El Reno from their own 35. But there's a risk. If that, again, footballs don't bounce the way you would expect a ball to bounce. They don't behave the way you would expect a football to behave. So you've got to be a little bit careful in making those decisions and taking those risks. But in any event, 1st down and 10 El Reno from the 28-yard line. Minute 18 to play. El Reno trails 46-21. This one isn't going to be the outcome that they wanted. You got an injury list that's fairly deep. You got a lot of young fellas playing football. The good news is all they're going to do is get better as they go forward. Every snap matters. Every rep counts. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Split backs. Delayed handoff to the inside back. Number 3, the ball carrier, went down, treating it like it's a cramp. And if you've ever had one of those, Malachi Nicholson, the ball carrier, for those of you who've had those, you're running, you're working, and out of nowhere you get that Charlie horse that just stops you in your tracks. That's exactly what happened to Malachi Nicholson. I think he actually stepped out of the tackle. I don't know the tackle's what brought him down. I think that Charlie horse brought him down. Remember, Malachi Nicholson made the big play on the bad snap earlier. Clock at a minute 12. That handoff up the middle. Xavier Devereaux toting the ball that time. You got another Indian slow to get up. Again, I think this is all hydration related at this point. A lot of these players will have seen as many as 100 snaps tonight. Don't have an exact play count, but I wouldn't be surprised if between the offensive, the defensive, and the special teams, they hadn't seen close to nearly 100 plays. Every coach loves to have enough talent and effort to let all of his players play one way, but you play your best players in the positions that they're best suited, and that's an errant snap, and Cooper Park just falls on it at the 20-yard line. We're fourth down in a very long way as the clock continues to run, and actually El Reno has to do nothing. With less than 40 seconds on the game clock at 19 and winding down, play clock at 32, El Reno doesn't have to run a play, and they don't. Each team's going to go to their respective sidelines. El Reno's going to come out of here with another check mark in the right column as they dropped to 0-4 in the season. Remember, they lost the first game to Cash. The next two games, which were canceled due to COVID under the OSSAA's policies, will go down in the scorebook as losses. El Reno drops to 0-4 on the season, but they look to turn it around next week for homecoming. Come out and support your El Reno Indians a week from tonight. Homecoming festivities start at 6:20. Ball game starts at 7. Parade in the afternoon. Girls basketball fundraiser in the 4 o'clock time frame to begin the game. We thank you all very much for tuning in. We will see you all on Thursday for softball senior night. You're watching El Reno Indians football on elrenoindians.tv. We will see you all next time.